iPhone 15 Pro Max cases from Benks up next. Welcome, and thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, I'm Ray, and if you could do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, tap the bell to get notified when I post new content, and if you find this following video useful, please give it a thumbs up. I'd very much appreciate it. In case you're not familiar with the name Benks, they make some great accessories as well as protective cases for your devices. I first came across Benks when I took a look at their headphone stand for the AirPods Max. And that headphone stand is still, in my book, a must-have if you own AirPods Max. They also made this stand for my MagSafe charger that I use for all these case reviews, just to show that MagSafe works for these cases. So today we're going to take a look at their case lineup for the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And I did take a look at their clear case earlier in a clear case video, which I'll go ahead and link up here. And it has turned out to be probably one of my favorite clear cases of all time. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that one, as well as 3 other cases in their lineup. So let's do a rundown of the Benks cases I'm going to take a look at in this video. And first we have that aforementioned clear case, the crystal case. Then we have the mist case in black. Then we have a pair of armor cases. First the ArmorAir and the ArmorPro, and both of these are built with Kevlar. So let's start off with the clear case, because this one is actually kind of open, although I did repackage it for this video. Let's pile these here. And this is the crystal case. Again, probably one of my favorite clear cases that I took a look at this year. And this one is really nice. And the reason why I like this case is the material. It is made of polycarbonate, and polycarbonate shouldn't yellow on you for the life of the case. The other thing I really like about this case are the metallic buttons they have here. And they didn't forget to include that all-important action button. And that makes the action button really accessible and really tactile and clicky. And as an added bonus, it is compatible with MagSafe. So let's go ahead and put the phone in here and see how it looks. One thing I did learn with this case is the buttons are a little loose, and they can rattle. You can probably hear that, but it really doesn't bother me that much. But that being said, make sure that none of these buttons are depressed before when you put the phone in there. It can be a little difficult fitting the phone in there with the buttons if these are depressed at all. So make sure, I always push them out from the inside to make sure none of them are depressed. You just slide the phone in there and it fits like a shell. And that is a really good fit on there. Once you have the phone in there, it still rattles a little bit, not as much as when there was no phone placed in here. But if you look at that, that is a really, really clear case, and it looks great on that phone. One of the nicer clear cases, I have to say. And then again, the advantages of these metallic buttons, that action button is really easy to access and very responsive. And all the buttons are really super clicky. And I really like that about this case. And it looks great on there. It's like super clear. You have MagSafe compatibility. You can see it gives you the confirmation that it's working. And this is a good looking case. You have good protection around the cameras with this raised bezel. And there is a lip around the front screen, so that it'll protect your screen if you place your phone face down. And this is, again, a nice case. Minimal branding. There's little banks. You can barely see it there. But other than that, again, this is one of my favorite clear cases this year. Good openings for ports and speakers. That is a good looking case. Not sure if you can see that, but the corners are raised. But even though these corners are raised, it should keep the back of the phone or the back of the case from getting scratched, but the phone still won't lay flat just because the cameras are huge this year. And again, that is a nice case. I really like this clear case from Benks. So let's go ahead and move on to the next. Next up, we have the mist case. And before we open it up, it is a 2mm thick or thin protective case. It's full cover protection, precise hold positioning, and it's tough and anti-drop. And again, this is Benks. And that is a nice kind of frosted black case. This one looks nice too. This will look really good. Let's go ahead and put this black phone in here. This one will look good with a black titanium phone. It has a nice matte finish all the way around. It's MagSafe compatible. It has a black bezel around the cameras to keep your cameras protected, and it has clicky buttons. And they, again, Benks took into consideration the action button. So they have an action button instead of a cutout. Really ultra thin. Feels like not ultra thin, but it's a really thin case. It's not going to add too much bulk. You have openings for ports and speakers. Let's go ahead and put this black phone dupe in here. And that's going to look good with a black phone. I don't have a black phone, but again, I have this fake phone for case fittings, and that does look good there. You can't tell me that black translucent matte case doesn't look good on this black phone, or won't look good on the black phone. That looks nice. Again, nice matte satin finish on here. Buttons are really clicky. They're going to be as clicky as on the clear case. Really tactile. This is a nice looking case. Opening for ports and speakers. Good protection again around to protect the cameras, and around the front to protect that screen when you place your phone face down. And again, that is a good sizable bezel. Your cameras will be well protected. And they have branding there. It says Benks on the bezel there. And this does not add much bulk. It feels really good in the hand. And the texture is really smooth without being slippery. Now let's go and move on to the ArmorAir. This one's made of Kevlar, and it is thin and light and enhanced impact resistance and magnetic. So this is compatible with the MagSafe charging. Built with DuPont Kevlar. And this is the ArmorAir. So the ArmorAir is a lighter case than this ArmorPro. So if you want the thinnest and lightest possible case, you don't want to add any bulk to your phone, then the ArmorAir is probably the one that you want to get. And here they also have instructions here. Phone case installation. So align the phone case with the volume buttons on that side, then snap it in from the side. And it also has disassembly. So you hold the corner of the lens frame and push the phone case off. And there's also some QR codes if you want to watch installation instructions. So this is the Kevlar case, and this is very thin, but it's also very sturdy. So that is a nice finish on there. Again, you have a nice large camera bezel there to protect your camera lenses. And for this one, since this one is lighter, you can see the slit, so that's going to help with installation since this is very rigid and there's not much flex. They do have the slits here, and you can see the buttons are open and the bottom is protected though. So let's go ahead and put the black dummy phone in here, and then you snap the rest of it on, and that fits like a glove. And that really feels good in the hand. That adds, like, I would say 0 bulk, but since it's Kevlar, it'll keep your phone well protected. Again, sizable camera bezel. The front lip just comes up over the screen, so your screen will be protected if you don't have a screen protector. Again, the buttons are open, so if you don't like pass-through buttons or clicky buttons, you can access the buttons directly on here, and the action button as well as the power button there, and openings for ports and speakers. And this looks great. This looks great with a black phone, just like the other one. That's a nice look. And again, this adds like 0 bulk. I don't want to say 0 because there is some protection there, but it feels like a bare phone in your hand. size-wise, it adds like no bulk. That looks really good. And yeah, it also has MagSafe. MagSafe won't light up, but there are magnets there for MagSafe, since this is a dummy phone. That's a nice feeling case. I really like this case. And let's go ahead and take a look at its big brother. Now this is the ArmorAir. Again, it's going to be really thin and light, and they do have cutouts. Less material means a lighter case. And this is the ArmorPro. This is still going to be light because it's made of Kevlar, but this one will have more protection along the sides if that's what you're looking for. And case installation looks to be about the same as the ArmorAir. And it has that Kevlar material on the back. The sides are more flexible and rubbery. So the sides are possibly TPU or rubber. It is not the Kevlar because it's not as rigid as that. You can see there is a MagSafe ring in there built with Kevlar as it did on this one. The bezel around here is about the same size, really large and impressive. Actually, the one on this one is a lot thicker, it looks like, but since this has more material, because this is the Pro case, this one's gonna add a little bit of bulk, not too much. It's really thin. Let's go ahead and put my natural titanium phone in here. Again, start with the volume buttons side and then just slide it on. And that feels good on there. Again, this one feels closer to a bare phone than this one. This is the Pro again that we're looking at currently. But you still have that great protection around the cameras. A good front lip to protect the screen. Now the buttons again are really clicky. You can see how easy it is to access that action button, which I have set to muting the phone for now. Volume buttons very clicky. Side button very clicky. You can see that Kevlar pattern. Openings for ports and speakers. Again, this is a very nice case from Benks. I really do like the feel of this one though. Although the buttons are exposed, it is a much lighter case, and it feels like the size feels like it's a bare phone almost. A couple really good looking cases. Again, the ArmorAir, ArmorPro, and let's go ahead and check that MagSafe while we're here. And MagSafe works fine. You know what though, I like the ArmorAir. I'm gonna see really quickly what my natural titanium phone looks like in the ArmorAir. Oh yeah, that looks really good on there. I really do like this ArmorAir case. I like the fact that it feels like a bare phone and doesn't add much bulk. Not that any of these add bulk, they're still all pretty thin cases, although not as thin as this ArmorAir. So have any of these Benks cases piqued your interest? If you like clear cases, you definitely have to take a look at this crystal case. I recommend it. Again, it's one of my favorites. This mist case is great, MagSafe compatibility, nice seamless case, in a nice matte black finish. And then both the Armor cases, the ArmorAir and the ArmorPro, will give great protection for your phone. And the ArmorAir feels almost like a bare phone because there is almost no added bulk with this case. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And until the next one, please take care and be safe out there.